12.5, 12.5. Can you believe it? Our last 12 video. Now we're going to start talking about a circle on the coordinate plane. Coordinate plane. What do you talk about with the coordinate plane? That's your XY axis. So we have an equation for a circle. Whenever you have a circle on the XY axis, we have the center of the circle is labeled as HK. And that center of the circle HK is going to put into the equation subtracting the x value, subtracting the k value. So it's always opposite of what the actual center is located. Those two things are squared. My radius then is also squared when I write this equation. So if you want to go through and see how it works exactly, you can look this through. It's very interesting. Math is always interesting. When I'm looking at this now, I'm going to do this question though. I'm going to write this in my standard equation of the circle. So again, that's looking at this equation. So my x value is 5. So it's going to be x subtract 5 because it's always opposite. So that's squared, okay? My center x value is subtraction because it's opposite. This is always plus in between. This now is going to be y. Because this is a negative, it's always opposite of what the center is. So this becomes y plus 2 squared is equal to, my radius is 7. Since my radius is 7, this is always radius squared. So radius squared, 7 squared is 49. And that right there would be my answer. So this next question, it says, we want to write an equation of the circle, just like how we did up here. It gives us the center, and it tells us that the edge of the circle passes through this point. So we don't have the radius. Here gave us the radius. Now we have to first find the radius. This is where we have to use our distance formula so that we can know the distance between the center to the edge of the circle. So I want you to pause the video, and I want you to find the distance between those 2 points. This should be a comma, not a point. So we'll find the distance between those 2 points using the distance formula right here. It would be beneficial if you leave your answer with a square root in it. The reason why is now if we want to write this in standard form, we are going to have, just like before, the opposite. So this is our center, making sure we know what our center is. This becomes x minus 1 squared plus y plus 3 squared. Because remember, that's always the opposite of your center. Just like up here, we did our radius squared. Our radius is the square root of 26. So if we look at that, here's our radius, and we're squaring that. When you have something the square root of a square, that will always cancel each other out. So my answer, it's equal to 26. So that's why you want to leave this as a square root when you find the radius. That is equal to 26. I want you to pause the video and try to do this one from start to finish, these 2 steps. And you should have gotten x minus 4, because it's opposite, squared, plus y minus 3 squared. And then my radius here was a square root of 29. So the square root of 29 squared is 29. And there you have it. Bing, bada, boom. Have a great, have a grand, have a wonderful day.